Buttons, buttons, grab those buttons. It's time to embellish them and make them your own. And this is Julie. She's back with us from Sakura. And embellishing buttons is really fun.
Yeah, it's fun, it's easy, and you can make them match any project at all.
That's the key.
Yes. So the first thing we're going to do is you're just going to take an adhesive dot, and you have some there. And I'm working on a Teflon mat, and I'm just going to put the adhesive dots straight onto the mat.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just going to rub them on there. And then when I pull it up, you can see I have 2 dots. And then I'm going to take these plain buttons. They're just buttons for like a man's suit or something like that. Pretty ugly, pretty plain.
Pretty neutral.
Yeah. And I'm going to stick them there. Now, what this means is because they don't move, my hands are totally free. And when I'm coloring on them, I'm not going to have my fingers on the way. They're going to be sliding everywhere.
Or the markers on your fingers.
Exactly. So I'm using these markers, which have 2 tips, a broad tip and a detail tip. And these are permanent pigment markers. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some color, a base color, onto the marker. And you can make the outside rim of the button a different color from the inside rim, for example. Or you can make it all one single color. Totally up to you.
You can just keep talking because I'm enjoying crafting.
Okay. You can use either end of the marker. It makes it really easy. Some of these pens are metallic. Some of them are just matte. Very, very fun and easy. And you don't have to worry about covering the whole thing because this is just the beginning. We're going to go in for some more.
Sure.
So as you can see, both you and I have a button here that already the marker has dried on. And now you can use either the detail tip, which I think you're going to do that, Beth,
right,
to embellish it any way that you'd like, or I'm going to use a 3D opaque ink over here, and I'm just going to go in and I'm going to add some little details. And one of the things to know about this pen in particular is that at first you'll think it's not showing up because you can't see it, but that's because it starts out clear and then it dries to a nice milky finish.
It does.
So what are you doing over there? Dots and hearts.
Darts and hearts.
So
and
adorable.
Well, you're kind, yes.
And then you just keep adding embellishments until you feel like you're done or it matches your project, and you can keep going and going and going.
Okay. And I probably could on one button, but I should stop now. What's next?
And then I like to create a nice gloss finish, and you can see the difference here on these 2 buttons between the matte, which is before you've done anything to it, and the gloss, which you want to use some kind of sealer. I happen to have just used nail polish for ease.
Okay, so you're showing us here the steps on one plain, adding the base coat, decorating, and then using your nail polish.
Exactly.
Again, the nail polish.
And then the adhesive is already on this button. You just pull it up off the sheet, and then you can put it onto your project of any kind.
Okay, I'm still decorating because mine dried that fast. Do you think yours dry? They dry pretty fast.
Yeah, they dry very fast. And if you look at this, it's completely and totally dry to the touch.
And I'm just adding a few more squigglies and things here and there, lines. Okay. And I want to show the page because what is fun about this, fun with props, it says, MTA version, and I'm sure there's a story and I won't even ask you. But these are generic enough, they could go on pretty much every page.
Yeah.
They go with every color, and you can match them to your project.
And certainly you could use them as jewelry. I could see rings and earrings and necklaces, all sorts of stuff made out of these
because
buttons.
you put the coating on the top.
Exactly. And you'll even notice that, for instance, this button has text on it. I happen to have written the word blue, blue, blue over and over, but you could write somebody's name or a birthday wish.
And a quick point, you wrote on top of the photo, is that a certain pen to use?
I did. Again, I think that if you just use a 3D opaque ink, it shows up really well on the photos, and on a slick surface, it'll go really easily.
And a dark ink too. Okay, thank you, Julie. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.